Fandom, how's it going? It's your boy Hardcover, and today we're taking a look at the third volume of the hit manga series, Akira. This is Manga Mondays. Right off the bat, this is probably my least favorite of the 3 volumes that I've read so far. This isn't a bad volume by any stretch of the imagination, however, it's not what I expected. And I try to go into these mangas without a preconceived notion of what I think something should happen in a certain story, but the expectations were set so high from the cliffhanger of the last volume that kind of left disappointed. Tetsuo to me is the most interesting character in this manga, and the fact that he wasn't in this volume kind of left a hole in the story. It definitely felt like this volume, more than other ones, were padded out. If I were to describe this volume in a few words, it would basically just be a chase. This entire volume is one giant chase scene after another. And while I do enjoy a good chase scene, it did get a bit tiresome and it did feel a bit overlong. In the last volume, it was revealed that Akira is actually a child, and our heroes in this story have managed to get a hold of him and are running halfway across the city to find some form of safety. This volume can really be summed up as a giant game of keep away. What I mean by that is that the heroes, through happenstance, actually are able to acquire Akira, and they drag him around the city trying to find a safe place, and then through another form of happenstance, the bad guys get a hold of Akira and they do the same thing, and then the other group of bad guys get a hold of Akira and they do the same thing, then the heroes get a hold of Akira, and so on and so on and so on, and rinse and repeat. I will say that it's not all bad. Katsuhiro Otomo's art is stellar as always, and he maintains a level of polish that I really do think is the standout in this volume. There are a lot of really cool and badass action scenes, and you're introduced to more people with abilities that have their own badass powers that you do end up feeling really bad for them, and you do end up growing attached to them, and some of them don't make it out of this alive. I want to also note that Katsuhiro is a master at leaving you wanting more, because when you do get to the last page in this volume, you are going to want to instantly pick up the volume after this. It is a page that I just want framed on my wall because it's so beautiful and it's so badass at the same time, where these 2 superpowers that you've been waiting throughout this entire manga to meet finally do, and it cuts. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to know what happens next. No, he's here, like he's finally meeting him. Oh my gosh. So just warning you guys, this is the point in the video where I'm going to go full spoilers. If you've not read this particular volume, I know some of you out there are reading the series along with me. I urge you, go out and pick up this manga series. Yes, I've been kind of down on this volume. This is a bit of a slump, but I think there's also a lot of things to set up. This was padded out. I did not care for that, but it's still a great series, and I cannot wait to pick up the next volume. So with that said, please go away, come back when you've read this particular volume, because we're going into full spoiler mode. That last panel, when Akira finally meets Tetsuo, chills, just instant chills down my spine. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until I pick up the next volume. I sound like a 13-year-old girl or something like that on a crush. Oh my god, I can't wait. No, really, honestly, I cannot wait to get into the last volume of this series. I can't wait to see how this plays out with volumes 4, 5, and 6. Oh my gosh, they're finally meeting. This entire manga has been building up to this moment, and the meeting is finally here, and I cannot wait to see what the payoff is. Now, some of you are probably saying, but they met already. Not necessarily. You see, Tetsuo hasn't had time to actually sit down and process everything and talk to this kid and figure out what the hell is going on. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. Yes, they did meet for a brief second in, I believe, the second volume. However, this is the real moment that I think a lot of us have been wanting to see. One character in this particular volume really got the chance to shine, and that is Chiyoko. Now, Chiyoko is not in the anime, and it's kind of a bad thing that she's not, because she is badass in here. She continues to kick ass throughout this entire volume, using a door against enemies, pulling out a giant machine gun. I absolutely love her. I really do. And looking back on this, I would have loved to have seen her in the anime, and I think it's a shame that they didn't include such a strong female character in the anime. Something that I loved about this particular volume is that we finally get a sense of scale of Akira's power. Now, it has been hinted throughout this entire manga that the incident that happened in 1993 that caused World War III was because of Akira, but you actually see it here because Akira goes off like a bomb. What's great about that moment is that Katsuhiro ties that moment where Akira goes off to one of the deaths of the super children. And it is a child that you have grown to love throughout this volume, so when that character does die and Akira does go boom, it's justified. This video will probably be the shortest of the bunch of me covering Akira simply because I felt that this volume doesn't really have much to say in terms of story. It feels padded out until the last few pages, and granted, yes, those moments in the last few pages are worth me slogging through this particular volume, and it's not a terrible volume by any stretch of the imagination. It just seemed like Katsuhiro was spinning his wheels a little bit. Maybe it was because of the fact that this particular volume and these moments came out while he was working on the Akira movie, so it could have affected the work here. With that said, I do still love this manga. I do still love what's going on in this manga, and like I've stated before, the last panel in here, the last few pages in here really are the payoff to getting through this volume, and I recommend that you still continue to read this and you keep up with me. And like I said, if you're still watching this, why are you watching the spoiler section? But yeah, that's neither here nor there. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I do weekly reviews of hardcovers, trade paperbacks, mangas, omnibuses, special editions, all that good stuff. Please check out some of my other videos. Facebook and Twitter is found in the description, and if you do like this kind of content, please follow my Patreon. It's down there for as little as $1 a month. You get some exclusive videos not seen anywhere else. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know what you thought of this particular volume of Akira. I love you guys. I'll see you during the week.